In this video, we are going to be making this model. Let's start by adding our boilerplate code. And let's link our CSS. I'm changing the title to Modal. Now, inside the body, to make a model, we need three things. First thing is the button to open the model. And second thing is the model itself, the content. And the third thing is the button to close the model. So let's add a button here with the class of button and an ID of button open. This is the button to open the model. So now we need to make the model itself. Let's create a div here with the class of model and an ID of model div. This is the container of the model. And now let's create the content itself. Now let's create another div here. And let's give it a class of model content. Now inside here is our content. So let's name this model content, and these are random things so we can see our model. And now inside the model content div here, I'm making the last button. This is the button to close the model. For our HTML, that's all. And don't forget our script here. Let's add it. Now let's start styling this. I'm making everything 20 pixels here, font size. So you can see our HTML is like that. This is without any styling. Now let's select the model div here. So I'm giving it a display of flex. And justify content, center. I'm just centering stuff. And let's center the text as well. Now everything's centered. And let's give it a width of 100 and a height of 100 viewport height. Now let's give it a background color of RGBA 000, that's black, and 0.5. This will make it transparent. It makes the background black and gets the focus on the content itself here. Now inside the model content here, I'm making the background color white. Now you can see it starts to look like a model. I'm giving it a width of 400 pixels and a padding of 20 pixels. Now it looks like a model. It gets the focus here to the content and makes the background black. Now let's start styling our buttons. I'm making the background color of these buttons a purplish, pinkish color, so it looks good. And the text color black. Let's make the border none and a border radius of 10 pixels. And a padding of 5 pixels and 10 pixels. Let's add a box shadow to it. As you can see, it has a little box shadow here to make it look prettier. Now I'm getting the open model button here to the center of the screen. Top 50%, left 50%, and transforming it backwards. This gets this button here to the center of our screen. Now you can see it's here, but we have the model, so we can't see it. Now let's make these as well, hover and focus effects. Now our styling is done. Now we can start making the script, so we can close and open this. But before we do that, the big container of the model, display none. So let's delete this one. When we press this button, it will open the model. To do that, let's start making our JavaScript code. So I'm getting the elements from our HTML code. It's button open. And let's get the close button as well. I know you can make this with a bunch of other ways, but I'm doing it with this method. In my opinion, this is the easiest. So I'm adding a event listener here for clicks. And getting the model and making it display flex. I'm making an event listener for the close button as well. So when we click the close button, it will make it display none. We put an event listener to the open button, and when we press the open button, it will change the display none here to flex, and we'll see the model. And to close it, we add an event listener to the close button, and when we click the close button, it will change the display flex to none and model will close. Let's try it. As you can see, it works. When we press the Open Modal button, it opens the model, and when we press the Close Modal button, it closes the model.